In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Greetings and respect. Muhammad Suleiman Ahmadzai is here with a new session for you, dear friends. Both modify and edit are a bit inappropriate if we want to make changes to something. Try to note that here we have different commands. The first command is called what? Select all. Its shortcut is Ctrl+A. And another shortcut for it is Alt+E. Then press A, so Alt+E then A. But the easier one is Ctrl+A. I select the edits. If we want to delete the data, in the edit menu we have something called delete. Its shortcut is also written here, the delete key. So again, if we want to bring it back, we click here, undo. Its shortcut is Ctrl+C. Ctrl+C. And there's also Alt+E+U. Those are its shortcuts too. Alright, I'll just mention these, and you can try it yourself. One thing we have is called cut, copy, and paste. For example, we have 2 pages. Notepad. I'm transferring a text or a grammar point from here to there. For example, we say we only select the grammar for pronouns. We say, I need this part from here to there. We either need the original or just a copy. If we need the original, what do we say? Cut. Or Ctrl+X. Here, we press Ctrl+V or paste. It completely moved from here to there. Whereas if we didn't want to do that, we'd say, no, make a copy here and paste the copy there. Again, we would select them. We say copy for it, or Ctrl+C, then later we say paste for it. A copy of it went there, and a copy was pasted here for us. This is the difference between cut, copy, paste, and delete. What do we have after this? We have something else. Here, it's called Search with Bing. Bing is a software, a website. It's related to Microsoft. If you have an internet connection, just create and click. It will search a word or another keyword for us. If you have internet and Wi-Fi, you can click search on your computer, and it will be activated. We have something else called find. Find is used to get a letter, a word, or a term. You can find a letter. You can find a word. You can find a specific word. Here, its shortcut is Ctrl+F. You press this. This find box opens up. For example, we tell it, we say, find the letter W for us. You can also search for a full word, like if you wrote find honey. Well, for now, we don't have any properly written words here. I've just written a letter. I say, find the W. Then we click on something called find next. Find next means it finds the next instance. I say find next, meaning show me the next W. It finds and shows the next W, and then the next W after that. If I select up, it means from the direction, go from bottom to top, search, search. But if we select down, it means come from top to bottom, search, search. Well, there's something that when we try this, we also have find next here. We go again, there's something called find next. Again, we go to find next. What's its shortcut? F3. You press F3, find next, find next, find next, and it finds that W for us each time. Try not to get discouraged up to this point. There's another thing, when it reaches the end. For example, we're here. We say find next, find next, find next, find next, after this last W. After this, since we told it to go downward, what does it do for us? It gives us a warning here. Whenever you click on it, it says cannot find anymore. W. It says there are no more W's. The point is, there are no more W's going downward. So what else can we select? Up if you want to go upward, up, up. If we select down, when you go down and reach the end, it gives a warning. But instead of choosing up or down every time, we can select it like this. Wrap around, meaning what does it do automatically? It repeats automatically. For example, when it comes here, let's say it searches up to this part. It automatically starts from the beginning, and there's no need for it to ask us whether there's no more W downwards, so I have to select up again. It keeps going down, down, down. When it reaches the end, it starts again from the beginning, if wraparound is enabled. Match case means whether to match the case or not, in terms of writing, whether uppercase and lowercase letters should also match or not. For example, in our example here, we have some WS that are written in uppercase. For instance, we have it here, 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 and here. For now, we're working with letters as examples. For instance, written words like Assad, Ahmad, Mahmoud, if you write, it should be defined. Try it. We have 2 types of W. One W is written in lowercase, and the other W is written in uppercase and lowercase letters. If we come and say, for example, just show me the letter W, without caring whether it's uppercase or lowercase, meaning it doesn't matter if they match. uppercase and call it out, uppercase and lowercase letters. For example, try it here. This train that we see, when I select it, try it. Lowercase, lowercase, uppercase. I find them all. For that, the way it's written, its case, doesn't matter. But if I turn this on and say, no, match its case. If I had written uppercase letters here, it would only find the uppercase ones for me, the exact words. Only the ones that are written in uppercase. But if I write lowercase letters here, it means it will find the lowercase ones for us. It skips the uppercase ones, meaning it matches the case. If it's written in lowercase, it'll find the lowercase ones for you. If you write it in uppercase, it'll find the uppercase version for you. So that it matches the case, it will only match those with the same case. Also, friends, there's something called find previous. You've used find next, which would find the next one. Find previous means it finds the previous one. Shift. Its shortcut is F3, the shortcut for find next. And what's the shortcut for Shift plus F3? Find previous. If we hold down Shift, it does something. Find next is with F3. Shift plus F3 performs the find previous function. Another thing it has is called replace. Replace, as the name suggests, means to swap or change. Work with this word as well. It's better to change Assad to Ahmad and Ahmad to Mahmoud. For now, I'm working with letters. For example, right now I'm saying, wherever we have the letter W, change it to the letter M. It will tell you itself. You've understood the concept of wraparound, which means, for example, if it reaches the bottom while converting, it starts again from the top. You've also understood match case, which means, for example, it only converts uppercase letters, or only lowercase letters. If you turn it off, it will convert both uppercase and lowercase letters. Okay, so I say change W to M. If we say replace, try to see, Dana, what does W convert to?
It doesn't show up.
To M. But if I say replace all, how many W's do we have on this page? We convert all of them to M at the same time. If we did it one by one, it would take us a lot of time. Or then, for example, we ask it, how many M's do we have on this page? For example, turn these into A. I'll replace one by one does the job. Replace all does the same thing at once. There's also something else we have with it called date and time. We give its shortcut a 5-star rating. We've recorded the grammars. At the bottom of each grammar, I always say I want us to have the date and my effort recorded. I want to know, for example, when we registered this grammar, when we wrote it. Either we press F5 or we click on this at the top. Current date and time brings up the exact date and time when you typed it and it was written. We have another menu called Format. In Format, the first thing we have is called Font. In the Font section, we decide what kind of script and writing style the text we write should have. That is, there are all these different fonts. Each font has a different design. Again, the text you write. When you say it's written in that font, it takes on that style or type. There are various fonts. You can choose any font you want from the list. By default, the default font here is called Times New Roman. In Word, for example, you can choose. Regular means the text is written in a simple style. Italic is usually when our text is slanted, written in italics. Bold means the text is written in a fixed style. Bold italic means it's both italicized, slanted, and bold at the same time. If I set this to bold and click OK, our text will get a kind of thickness. It becomes bold, in fact. Let this be regular. And what about the size? By default, we can choose the font size. For example, it's set to 22. We can increase or decrease it. 8, 12, well, at least up to a maximum of 72. Okay, it says the text will be set to this size. If we don't want that, we just pick the size we need. After that, we know there's something above called word wrap. What happens if word wrap is enabled? What happens if it's disabled? Try to notice that if word wrap is disabled, when we type text and our cursor reaches the edge of the screen, it just keeps going. It doesn't go down to the next line. It just keeps going, keeps going. The whole thing is written on a single line unless I press enter myself. If I press enter myself, well, that's fine. But if I don't press enter, then this whole text just goes on a single line. But if we want it so that, no, the lines always break automatically, meaning it hits enter by itself. So it doesn't have to wait for us to press enter. When this screen you saw reaches the end, it automatically enters a new line. When it gets to this corner, it automatically goes to the next line. Whenever you reach, for example, this last part of the page, without me pressing enter, it automatically goes to the next line. If it's deactivated, it just keeps writing on a single line. In the View menu, there's something called Zoom. We've worked with it before using shortcuts. Zoom in zooms in on the page, it's Control+. Zoom out zooms out the page, Control minus, and restore to default is Control 0, which brings it back to the default state. The status bar refers to this bottom bar. Whether it's there or not, you can easily remove it. We set its rules, and it shows you. The status bar is just one type of information. Its UTF is text. Text format is for content and type. As I mentioned before, only when you save a file. In the coding mode of the file, you can see here it says UTF-8. It shows you which encoding it's using, with which encoding it was saved. Currently, in terms of encoding, UTF-8 is selected, and it just shows you its encoding here. The second one, for example, shows us the zoom level here, and here it shows which line our cursor is on and which character it is at. For example, you can see right now we are on line 2. It shows the fourth character here. Line 2, column 4 or character 4. Column 4. And as I keep moving forward, look, line 2, you see, it's the second line, first character, second character, third character, fourth character, fifth character. Or for example, which character is this? Which line is this? And which character is it? Line number 90, character number 4. If you count like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and so on with the characters. First, second, third character. It becomes the fourth character. So this count shows you which character my cursor, my keyboard cursor, is currently on, which character, and which line it is on. Now here we have something else. In the About section, this time Notepad itself gives you information. We have Windows 10. It's Microsoft. For example, here in installation, it shows our user. Again, about copyright, there's some information here. And we also see that there's a feedback section. You can have it. You can give feedback to Microsoft. And the About or Help section is built into Notepad itself. Currently, the Help sections in Windows 10 and 11 have an issue. They're always connected to the internet. Without internet, they don't work at all. It wasn't like this in previous versions of Windows. Here, the shortcuts would show. Like which shortcut? If you needed a list of Notepad shortcuts, it would automatically bring up a whole list of shortcuts. I mean, it would provide information. Now, that same information is there, but if there's no internet, it doesn't show up. Before, the information was embedded directly into Windows itself. Well, try to go through the menus. Though they're a bit mixed up, I'll explain them for you. After that, the lesson will be finished. Here, you'll really understand these things. Undo, cut, copy, paste, delete, select. All of these are things you've already learned. Just pay attention to the things that are new. If at any point you want to use something like show unique characters, or if it's a part of kerning, it can also be used in other places. For example, if you want to have a unique character code at the end of each line. Like if you want to have some separators. Instead of this dot, you might want to have some other different characters. First, you turn these on, because if it's off, it won't show. Then you come and, for example, enter these characters. For example, you click. For instance, it's a symbol. It was called a symbol, like left or right. The name of the symbol was, for example, right to left mark or left or right mark. It's a kind of mark, like a separator, so you can see the direction, whether it's left to right or right to left. Whenever you want to insert one of these symbols, which are special characters, you can, for example, insert them from here, wherever our cursor is. So, these are all left to right and right to left symbols. In short, they're all symbols. You can insert all of them from this list, but the time will show whether it's this one or that one. If it's off, it won't show anything at all to the uppercase ones. The second thing is called right to left retaining order. If at some point we have Persian text in this file, how can we write it, and how do we change the direction? For this, again, we use the right to left section. Suppose we want to write in Persian here. Alt plus Shift is its shortcut, or we can select it from here. Persian. Now that we've written some text, let's say it's this kind of writing, and the content itself is being written from the left side, whereas it should be written from the right side. Again, we right-click. We select right to left reading order. Now, whenever we write, just like Persian rules, it will be written from the right side. Alright, that's it for our Notepad lesson. Goodbye. Have a good day. Let's start the Notepad program. Good day. And finally, dear friends, I kindly ask that if you found these videos helpful, please like the videos to support us and help the channel grow, subscribe to the channel, and I hope to see you in future sessions. And goodbye.